Hello, good evening. Now, we're going to start off this evening with a strange choice. I have a couple of sketches here that I'm going to kind of drafted out what I kind of fancy playing with, but I want you to help. So I'm going to wait till some people join us, and I'm just going to make sure that Facebook hangs in there, because it's been a bit temperamental last time. So I'm hoping that we're going to have a good night. No reason as to why Facebook wasn't working last time, but I'm just waiting to see some people come up online. So I have a couple of sketches that I've scribbled out, things that I'd like to do. Remember last week we played with, we played with some scraps and I used a sketch challenge. This time I kind of want to use something a bit similar. I've got in here, I have some dies here. I just want some help with colours, but I need some people just to join with me on here first. So that's a shape, that's a good shape. That was the one I think I was looking for. Let's just see. There we go. So, Shaz, you're here. That's lovely. I'm just thinking I've got a couple of things I would like to do today. I have my big shot to hand. I've just come off a webinar, watching a webinar. So I've got, not like last time we did the blue card. I'm going to get you down onto the table. Oh, no, I'll hold it up. This was the one that we did last time. Don't know what the problem with. Hi, Helen. I don't know what the problem was on Facebook, but we could go. It was going live okay on YouTube. So this was the one we did last time, using up the countryside in, and I did have a big pile of scraps to get rid of, so to work through and use those up. So that was last time's. Now I've got choices for you tonight. So I kind of got something similar, but I needed to have some floral pieces on there somewhere. I've not used that one lately, actually. I could come back to that one. But I wanted to have some colours, so I wanted you to give me some colour choices. I need 3 colours that are quite close, that would work together nicely. I've just come off that webinar, so I have just got a quick drink here. Just have a slurp of that. Throw me some colours that you really like as a combination together, not sort of one each colour, but I need some that are going to work together, and I'll grab those off the shelf. Have a quick slurp of that. The other combination I've got is I have some, do we want to say the word Christmas? Do we want to work Christmas? Because I've got some papers here that might work. Hi, Sue. You can watch live tonight. That's great. I'm looking tonight, Sue, for 3 colours that are going to work together nicely. They can be on a theme. Hi, Carol. Yeah, they can be on a theme. I'm just flicking through some papers here. Hi, Maxine. Just seeing what I've got here in way of, it doesn't have to be Christmas. I've come a bit blind tonight because I have been on a webinar, and I've just jumped off there. Done the necessaries, and just coming on, I've got a couple of sketches I've done here. One is similar to last week, so I'm going to leave that one, but I want to use 3 different colours. Oh, well done. Oh, we've got 2 up there. Lemon, lime, bubble bath and fresh fruit. Oh, you see, Shaz, they are 2. The first 2 are my lovely favourite colours at the moment. Red, shaded spruce and black. I like that. That's going to be different. I've been using the lemon and lime. Well, actually, it was lemon lolly, wasn't it? Bubble bath, Lost Lagoon and boho. Ooh, now that's a good combination as well. Ooh, now we've got choices. Okie doke. So which way are we going to go on this? Choose your favourite. Where shall I go? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Ooh, red, shaded spruce and black should be a quite nice one because they're quite bold colours. We were doing blues last time. Let's go for some red, black and shaded spruce. So let's grab those. Spruce there and black. Black scraps. There we go. Now I might be able to cheat slightly on this one. Okay, I've got all of those and I have black ink. That's really good. So I'm going to take, oh, landslide, landslide, landslide. I'm going to take my big shot. You didn't see all that happening. You just saw me. Oh, Sue, we'll try the colours another time. I will bring those. I'll keep those safe, and I will those combinations, and I will use those another time. So don't be despair with those. So I will just get this set up. So I'm going to move you across. Put my cutting plate back in. We've got 2 plates on here. I treated myself to a new. Let's just pop you across there. There we go. So you can see me now. I've treated myself to a new cutting plate on both machines because you know how they were really quite scratchy. I treated myself to a new cutting set, so that was good. So I'm going to cut from the Timeless Art set. Okay, I'm going to cut some of the dies that I used recently. I can't remember. Excuse me. I can't remember if you saw me cutting these ones. Oh, yes, you did. I used these on the blue card with the fish. Okay, so they were the dies that I'm looking for. Okay, so those 2 there. They are different lengths, so I'm not sure which size I'm going to do. But where I said I'm going to cheat, I'm going to just grab one of these across. I've been working on some swaps for next week, and I cut some blacks and I did the music notes on here. And then I decided actually, I've got 12 of these done, 10 of these, sorry, 10 of this one. And I decided actually I wanted to use one of the new ones that came in my order from the mini catalogue. So I've used the snowflake one, the falling snowflakes. So these are surplus to requirement. So actually that's a little bit of cheating going on, but I think I'm going to use that. This is the music notes embossing folder. And all it is a black base card. So it's just half a sheet folded in half. And it's been run through the Big Shot with the music notes and just stuck straight onto the front card. Now, I personally don't like seeing cards where the front panel, some people would emboss this front panel. It does make it the very, very weak. It's not so strong. It bends the fibres in there. And if you're going to do something like that, please just put a whole new piece of paper on there. I know it's another sheet of card, but it does give a better result and it's nice and firm and rigid. Okay, so that's the base card done. Well done, Helen. Okay, so going hoarse today. I've been catching up with one of my friends today that I haven't spoken to for quite a while. So much news to catch up on between both ways. So I've been talking a lot. Yeah, as per usual. Geminis are very good at talking. So I'm putting that one back. So I'm going to use, in here I have my tray of my shaded spruce. Okay, and I have real red. Now I have lots of pieces there. I think I'm going to go with the bigger piece here for now. I'm just going to pop that one down on there. I'm going to cut some of these layers because I have design in my head. I've just covered up the cutting plate. Where did I just put that? Here, underneath my tray. Okie doke. So there we go. So we're going here. I'll cut some of those out. I'll try not to knock my mug over. Don't really want hot bovril everywhere, do I? There we go. So that's the first one. These are really nice shapes. There's the 3 sizes in these, but these are the ones where there's a little tiny dot on the north, south, east and west side of this die. So you can see quite a bit of that in there. Nice stitch, and it falls out easily. You just saw that. So I'm going to pop that onto the card for now. Helen, I'm loving these colours. These are scraps again, so I'm just using these up. So I'll die cut those. Can't really have black on black, can we? So we've got the black in the background. So will that work with 2 colours on there, or shall I put some white in there? Oh, I don't know about that. Let's see. There's 2 colours and how those colours are going to work. Okay, we might disregard this and think actually it's going to work with a different, might be different background. So I'm going to grab put some blacks as well. We can just see how that's going to look with one of these cut out. And then I'll do some white and we'll see how we go from there. Okay, piece of that. And die cut that one through. So how's the weather with everybody today? We've had some really mixed weather. We've had some really hot temperatures today. And I've had 2 or 3 people pop in today. And they were saying how the weather outside It's been really warm here. So my room, when it's warm, my craft room here is the coolest place in the house to be. So it is good in here. So we're clay lump and we've got thick walls. I think my scissors need cleaning, they're a little bit sticky there. We've got thick walls, clay lump walls, and so the temperature is really, really good in here when it gets really hot. And no rain. So, oh, I do quite like that with some white in there. It's been warm over there as well, Helen. That's good. So there we've got some colours going on. Look, do we like the black on there with those three colours, bringing that through? We don't want a black on black, but I am going to raise them up. So I'm going to take another white one for a little while and take that. Okay. This is a true winging it one today. I have had kind of an idea in my head, but we'll see as we go. Now I need one more colour to go on there. Which is your preference, Helen? More green or more red? So if I was to look at something maybe like that. Would you want another red one at the bottom or another green one? I'll be cutting anyway. Do we want this to be a colour, a Christmas theme? Or do we want it just as a... Hi Maxine, hi Claire. Cut those ones as well and keep cutting some more. I'm thinking it might look better on a different colour. You think green, and oh, okay, we'll do another one on this after this. We've got a red and a green. I'm sure you do this just to test me. Anyway, let's stick another red one there, and then we'll grab another green. Believe me, I have scraps to do enough for everything. That's just a funny shape. That one. And as I've said to you before, even though they're new plates, I'll still cut that excess off, because this extra little piece on there will, if you're using plates that have got scratches on them, it will put scratches onto the rest of that card. And then it just doesn't really waste it, because you could kind of see if the other side's better, but it's just not so nice. So I just get in the habit of not doing it. Oh, look, we've got some good pieces there. Stick that on there so I don't lose it. I can't see what that emoji is. It's a purple one. But just a smiley face. Okay, so there's my base. I have got some Christmas papers here as well, but they won't, yeah, I don't think they'll go with that. Let's see what I've got off here. You're kind of lending itself to Christmas, Helen. I was thinking that people think August. Somebody said last time that August is a little bit too soon. No, I'll leave that one. Okay, so what I was going to do was actually have some foliage pieces. I've got it in Timeless here, but I've also got some black in bigger pieces in my Quiet Meadows. So now we've got this as a dictated kind of on the colours. You can take another green, not two greens. Could have two whites in there. They're not really looking like traffic lights, are they? Because I've put the white in there to break it up a little bit. Okay. That's kind of my theme, looking like so. And then, never too soon to do Christmas. Absolutely not. Christmas is the one time that we need so many cards, and we need them all at once as well. So we need them, we need to do more at the same time, just to be ready for Christmas on time. Don't know when I'm going to start mine. Anyway, let me just grab my Quiet Meadows. So Quiet Meadows I used on a silhouette. Oh look, so on a silhouette card. These magnets aren't as strong as I normally like to use, but I just want a few nice grassy pieces. Now that's a really nice one to have. Okay, like that. You know what, these colours just sitting down there, those colours together remind me of Italy, because you've got the red, white and green. That's an Italy flag, isn't it? I might even cheat a little bit more. Look, there's some pieces in there. So let's see where this is going to take us. I like having things that evolve. It kind of teaches you that I do things on the hoof, as many of you know if you're regulars, and that there's nothing wrong with anything. Combinations, you can tweak things as you wish. I think that coming through there maybe. Okay, and the long one up the top there. Don't think I want that one. That grassy other one I think is going to be good. So we're going to cut one of those. And then I'm taking those colours away from Christmas. Okay, put that over there and bring this back. We'll cut a black one in this. And even that scrap was just laying on the desk. Look, that was good. That was from today, my cutting today. So I've been making my swaps for Vegas for leadership convention next week. I'm hoping Sunday I will be at the hotel, so I might pop on here quickly and just do a little live. I worked out the timings, and I don't think I'm going to see what we're up to while we're away. But my 8 o'clock would work out to be, if I've got my sums correct, 8 o'clock at night would be noon in Vegas. So kind of in the middle of the day, we'll probably be out and about, and certainly on 2 of the days I know we're away and out. So might not be able to go live on the Wednesday and the Sundays. Okay, just sticking in there a little bit. So I'm just going to tease that one out nicely. Oh, that's really well wedged in there. Work at that a little bit harder and get that out. So I've signed up to quite a lot of swaps, so you will be having posts that I'm going to post into. It really doesn't want to leave the die tonight. Oh, look at that. Now, we've done this before, and I've shown you fairly recently about using the wax paper. This is definitely one of those occasions where that needs to be done on the next pass through. Okay. Did you all see the wax paper session when I did this? It really does work. I'm just wondering if that's going to be a good idea to do this again for you so you can see, because it's going to be a quickish card now. But it is really, really just, you can see on here, I'm just teasing that out. If you're too heavy-handed, you will actually tear the actual pieces going through there. So that's the piece I was after. Okay, and this time, the next time that I do this, I will take that wax paper. I just want to prove it to you. So as you've seen, that was such a problem. Let me get a piece. So it's just regular wax paper. This is very old because it does last a long while. And we just take a piece off the roll that's big enough to cut that die. So I lay that on there and cut round with my sticky scissors. I've been doing the tissue paper technique for one of the swaps, and because I've been cutting round things, it is very, very tacky and sticky. Now the wax side, you've got to find the correct side. The wax side is now upwards, and I'm going to pop that on there. We'll grab another little piece of scrap, just long enough for that. Okay. We'll stick that underneath. So we're actually going to cut the two at once. There's no point just doing it with the wax paper. And because we want to ease it on the machine, we're going to go slightly at an angle so we don't keep it square on. So it's a lot easier for it to take a little bit at a time coming down. Okay. Which swaps have I signed up for? I have swapped. I have got, over on the table there, I have 24 fancy fold cards of one design. But it's the design that I used for a global share fair project quite recently, and it's a Z fold type, and it's got boxes and it squishes through. That's really nice. I've done 24 of them. I thought 24 was the biggest group, and then the rest of them are all 10s. So I've got 2 Christmas, I have 2 birthday, 2 thank you, and 1 masculine. So the masculine is the one that I did on the live, and several of the others I am going to use projects that I love from my recent lives as well. So this should now just come out. Okay, I've just teasing that down a little bit, but you can see it's making a lot less work of it. And as we push this through, it's cut through the wax paper, and the wax layer has gone into the die piece, and so it will let it release quicker, easier. it has actually left that in there. So I'm just going to take that out. Whenever you empty your dies, you must make sure that all the pieces are removed. Otherwise, when you come to, not so bad with the wax paper, but cardstock like that piece, if they're left in there, it will clog the holes up and it won't let you cut the next piece. So there'll be something in it, it fills that void. So that's just another little quick tip. I always check them when I put mine away because I just like to do it straight away and then I know it's done. Okay, so that one came out much easier. Okay, so there's no wax on this side. It's gone up into the dies. Okay, so it's going to go in there. Get those out of the way. I had another bin, but I'm going to put that side of me. Okey-doke. So that's that. And we're going to pop this one back in the packet because I've got this one. So my idea was, with our colours that Helen's chosen, is to have 3 blocks that all coordinate. Now, I saw something similar to this on a Pinterest board, and it just reminded me of these dies, and I thought I'd like to do that at some point. So that was down on my little archive list. So now I'm going to grab some 3D pads. Because I'm working with the black card, hey, I've remembered, and I'm going to work with my black dimensionals. I did have some black big ones somewhere. Maybe I've left them out. But we're going to use these now. I'm going to use my tweezers. They got thrown in this direction already. So we're going to have that over on here first. Okay, so each of these I'm going to turn over and I'm going to put some of these on. Now these pads on here are the black ones, but when you take the backs off, you'll see the black. So these are good for dark coloured card. I always forget to use them. I mentioned it recently, I know. So I'm going to put this one fairly near the top. Do we want to go in the centre? I might have a greeting coming through there, you see. So I kind of think maybe 1/3 of the way over. Like so. And then I'm going to do the bottom one. And then I'll do the centre. So that's how I like to work mine through. Pull that off, put on and off, on and off. Hi, Jean. Hi, Dill. Lovely. I will be busy. Yes. What I haven't said, Sharon, is the fact that I've signed up to 7 groups of 10 as well. So I've got the 24 and then I've got the 7 groups of 10. So that is going to be a little bit of a struggle for me to get all of those done. They're all planned. I kind of know what I'm going to do. Now, I'm using my grid paper here, like I've mentioned to you before. Use your grid. And I'm going to put my ruler on here in a straight line, so I can see that that's straight, to give me an indication where this one's going to go so that they are all in line. So I'm going to put that one near the bottom. Okay, I did put 3 on there, didn't I? And then I could measure this in half. I know that the middle of that is going to be just under the 7.5. So if I put the 7.5 on this centre line, okay, measure once, double check. So it's just about 7.5. Keep that in line. My centre one is going to be the red one, isn't it? So I can measure that, and where the 7.5 is, that's going to be the middle of this block. So if you're trying to centre things and make sure it's in the right place, don't be afraid to use a ruler and pop those on there like so. I'll hold it up again in a minute. These little white things get everywhere, don't they? Including in the toilets, upstairs, on the carpet, you name it, they get there. So that's lining those up again there. So my 7.5 is on that middle line there. I'll just measure, check again, I haven't knocked it out of the way. So the 7.5 is on that centre line, and I'm going to put that in line there. I'm going to use this line to come through at the centre level, and that's going to be about there. Okay, I've got that over a little bit, so I'm just going to, my lining up, except I put the ruler on the actual strip. That doesn't work, does it? So I want that on the middle line and about there. Okay. And that's on that. And then the other 2 will naturally come in the centre. Okay. Hi, Pam. I'm going to put these ones on here. I could use these ones on white because you've got black on one side and white on the other. Kind of got black and white minstrels going on. So 3 on that. And then it's easier then to judge this in the middle. You can get the same gap top and bottom. Just follow that line through. At the start, I asked for colours of the people who were on first. I asked them for a colour combination and then got the colours to match. So Helen's gone for shaded spruce, red, and a real red and black. So that's the ones we went with today. But I'm not taking it to Christmas, although there is music notes on here. Okay. So this is my long, skinny black one. I'm just going to make sure which is the right side and poke out those little pieces that are in there. Sorry, you've got a shadow just in this corner here. Okay, so that's going to go on there. So that's going to come through that middle piece like so. So I'm going to grab my Tombow, get the plate out of the way. I had one of these working earlier, so let's just see if this is still good. I've been doing the tissue paper technique as well, so that has been a busy day. But I've actually got out of those 7, I've now got 3 of those 7 done completely, and the 24 of the fancy folds. So that's pretty good progress. There we go. So that one's through the middle, and then this one can just come out to the side like so. Okay, then what we're going to do is have a little greeting through the middle here. Okay, now what I said to you before about these are the Quiet Meadow dies, and there's a stamp set with that. You can trim any of these off that you don't want. So if you think that one's surplus to requirement and it's going to block over too much of this, which I'm going to say yes to that today, I'm going to put my glasses on, take my snips, okay, and then cut off the one that I don't want over here. Okay, so I'm just going to take that straight down that stem, and that will look as though that stem is just continuous, like so. Okay, he can go back in the packet and get used on something else. There. And then this one is just a nice clean line down here, and it's just going to come out the other side. So this one's down flat. I could put this one on some little pads here. Just checking the messages. So I could put some little pads in here. I know these are small, but sometimes they're still too big, so I like to take that in half, just to put a little bit of dimensional on now and again. Okay, so that's that one. Take this one off the other half off my scissors. And go for those bigger areas where you can see that there's a fatter bit that will take it. Okay, and then we want a little piece at the top. So I'm going to use my edges here, just to cut little strips off. Can you see those? Just cut those little strips in there. Okay, let's take those off. Bring this into the shadow, the non-shadow again. I'm going to snip that in half as well. Don't be afraid to cut these to what you want. So snip that, and I'm going to put a little piece at the top. I'm not going to put many on, just press it down well, then lift the backing off. There we go. And get the piece off the scissors, and we'll put another one on there. Okay, you can have some flat and some raised, it doesn't matter. You're just going to give it a little bit more shape. Okay, and turn it back over, and that's where we're going to put him on there. So I'm going to just dot some Tombow on the rest of this, particularly the stem. This is a really quite a useful set. Somebody was talking, my friend I was talking to earlier was saying about a sympathy card. And I said, if you've got this one, no matter what you do with it, it can be, you know, it's just some blooms, some silhouettes, and they they are quite good for sympathy cards. Okay, so that's that one. Get that in there. So now we want a nice little friendly little greeting, a nice tasteful little one. So I've got these ones in the timeless arrangements, and I've got the other set here. My Quiet Meadows, put them over there. So this one is Thinking of You, You're Too Kind, Love, Heartfelt. They're kind of like more serious ones. These are nice cutesy little ones. So I'm going to use these again. What should we say on here? A very big thanks. We could do both of those. Let's see what we've got. Take these over. See, these little ferny pieces are lovely. I'll use these another day, but these are quite sweet because they've all got a little placard here. They don't have to be used for words, although some of the skinny words might fit in there, but they're just a piece of foliage again. but there's several different shapes in there for those. It's good. So I wanted to have, it could even be You Make Me Smile. Let's find You Make Me Smile in here. Nope. This is the guessing game. Pull it off. For always. You Make Me Smile. There we go. That's that one. I have my block. Yeah. My Memento black ink pad. I'm going to put that on there. I said that one to myself. Which was that, Helen? Sorry. I've moved on. I've just seen your message. With the scraps, you can actually see where you've got like a raised piece here where the L goes. You can see on your strips when you stamp these, you can hold that over the top and just see, is that going to work? Okay, this is one of those times where, because we're on white check on white, I'm going to bring it over a little bit. You Make Me Smile. Oh, smile. Oh, bless. It is You Make Me Smile. It's a nice one. There we go. Look, nice and cute. Okay, so that can come as a little banner through the middle there. Okay. Get that one out of the way. And I'm just going to take this off. I'm going to snip this with my scissors. So I've left this gap this end. Bring that over the card. This gap. So I want the same gap this end. Okay, just cut that straight. And if you want to trim that down, you can. I might just leave that today, actually. Big scissors. I have a good straight eye, she says, and I'll probably go and mess it today, just because my guillotines are the other side of the table. I've just taken that off there, and that's not bad actually. Look how thin that is, and that's just narrowed that one side, and then I'll do the same the other side. I don't like too much excess card. My mum used to tell me off when I was dressmaking, and I would do it by things by eye. I think that's just lifted at that end. She'd make me measure things, but because I had a good straight eye, it just used to annoy me as a child. So I'm going to flag the ends here quickly. That is my go-to greeting, as you all know, as long as I've got my glasses down. And then I'm going to snip those in there. I'll snip that one in there. Okay, you will get to see all of my swaps that I've ended up doing by Sunday morning when I leave, and you will get to see those on another post. Now I'm hoping I'm going to be able to post some while I'm away. Okay, so hopefully you can see that. I'm just snipping that into the centre. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to try and post a post every day with different ones on, so you're going to see different things featured. So I'm going to put that one coming across there. We can have that one raised. If it's a by hand card, I've got one lot of raised here and one lot of raised there. So this end will need a double raised piece to count up for this layer and the next layer. Okay, so you do need to do two on there. That's out of that stamp set. Grab my black pads back. Okay, so I'm going to put two on this end, the end of the word where smile is. These are really cute greetings. There's lots of, and you can mix and match them as well. So I've peeled off one off the back and I've put another one on. Okay, so that's a double layer. Then these ones will be single layer. Okay, one there and one in the middle. I'll take those away. And it's just this right hand end that has got the double on it. So we're going to put that coming through the centre, or it can come down there. I think we'll leave it there because then you see more of the red. Okay, so you're going to put those on there like so. Make sure it's nice and straight. There we go. And I think it needs some bling on there. This time next week, Helen's in Scotland. I know. It's going to be nice. Nice for you both to catch up with each other. I don't think I've got any red. Ooh. Ooh, Helen. Do you want red gems? I think they might be. No, that's going Christmassy then. I'll just keep to bling. Don't want too much Christmas feeling. So So I'm just going to take these ones out. I've got several sheets in here, but I think most of those are bigger ones. I don't want large ones. We'll go with the little tiddy ones on here. I did put a pad in there. I think it just seems to be sitting a little bit flatter. So I'm just going to put some of these on, just some bling randomly, wherever you fancy. And then a couple in the black. One there. And 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll bring one over here. 5. There we go. So there's an odd number on there. So there's a very quick card from not knowing what we're going to do. Okay, and we've got some colour because Helen's chosen the colours. Is that lower? Oh, where to put it? Really lovely card. It's just to show really how, not knowing what you're going to start with, I just knew I wanted to use these dies because those are a nice shape for building up a stack of layers. Then of course there's the smaller one as well. So we use the larger one today. We use this one. If I lay them beside, that's the big one. And then we use the smaller one. But also in that set, you have the squat one. Did I just put it? Oh, put it in front of me somewhere. Buried. You also have this one over here. This is a bigger one. So it's a chunkier one. So you've got all your florally pieces, but you've got the big chunky one as well. I think that's probably too big, unless you were doing a DL card. Okay. One for our list, Maxine. Have you got a list of cards you're going to make? That's really cute. Catching up, that's good. So I think this one would look nice as well. It just means more die cuts. So you just go up a little bit like that. So if I now go and bring back last week's card, because it's fallen over beside me here. So those of you, not last week's, last time, where are we? Today's Wednesday, so Sunday's card. This was Sunday's. Now, if you have lots of scraps like I have, you might want to spend some time sitting in front of a good, oops, landslide, good film on the telly. So take these ones, take those white bits out. I don't like white bits in there. There we go. So like this, you could take the thinner banner here, and you could just start cutting out lots of little pieces. And you could do this bargello. So if you've got lots of scraps in different colours, different papers, you could do something like this, bargello, like going up and down like this, and just have a centre strip through the middle. Or, as we said on Sunday, turn it this way up and come this way down the card. Okay, so you could have lots of strips, and you could have them literally zigzagging like this, up, down, just randomly going like so. And without having to just cut the strips, you could just literally just die cut everything. So you could have a bag of scraps, just all the same shape, and then make your patterns with it. So that would be another one to do. So look forward to seeing what you get up to next week, girls. Just bring that in closer to you so you can, oops, a daisy, not that far. A little bit back. There we go. So you can see that a little bit closer. And just think about what dies you've got and how you can use those shapes. Particularly like this one, as I said, because it's got the bigger dots on the side. It's like a little mini cross. If I hold that up, you might be able to actually see that better on here. Probably on the white one. Will that focus? Can you see a tiny little cross here and here, and then one at the bottom, and there's one probably just under that leaf. But it's the 4 points, so the north, south, east and west sort of side of it. But it's just a really nice, neat one, and it always falls out really, really easily. Okay, so it's really nice. I really enjoyed that. So thanks for those colours. What I might do another time is make it up in those other colours. I can go back and pick them off the comments. I will have a fabulous time at Viva Las Vegas. Absolutely. Got so much planned, and I will be posting. I'm going to set up an album on Facebook. Let me come back to you guys. Take that off and bring you across. Oh, there you go. There you go. Yeah, I will set up a Facebook album, and I'll put all my Vegas pictures in there. So it's Tuesday and Wednesday are our big days out. One with an American demo friend, Natalie, and Emma, who's travelling with me. And she's taking us out. She's got a car over there, so she's going to take us to Zion National Park. But we've got some stops off on the way and a fabulous evening entertainment as well. And on Wednesday, we're actually going to Stampin Up's warehouse, the manufacturing plant where they make all the stamps. So that's a trip that we've organised. several of the visitors, like Australia and New Zealand, are coming over as well, and they've asked to visit the Home Office and the Kanab plant. So we're actually taking minibuses. There's going to be 35 of us go to the Stampin' Up Kanab manufacturing plant. So look out for photos. We've just had to sign today a declaration, a non-disclosure agreement. So we won't be able to take photos inside, but we will be able to tell you all about our antics during the day. I think it's going to be real good fun. And that's all before convention starts on the Thursday. So, hey, we will keep you posted and you will be part of my journey with me, okay? So take care, stay safe, and I will pop up as and when I can, okay? If not, I'll be back on Tuesday 29th, and so I'll live again on Wednesday, 2 weeks' time. Okay? Take care and